Hey everybody, Zack here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the CIPA Comp 2 Rearview Boat Mirror. This is going to be a nice addition to your boat. You know, if you are doing any kind of tubing or skiing and you're hauling somebody behind there, you've probably done this one right here. If you don't have a mirror, you're kind of going back and forth, and that's just not the safest way of going about it. So adding this mirror here allows you to be turned around all the way, seeing where you're going, but you also keep an eye on all of your tubers and skiers back there. The way that we mount this is on our windshield frame here. So we have it with just this clamp style. You can permanently mount this, or you can temporary mount it how we have it here. And it's going to work with 3/8 up to 1.25 inch frames on our windshield, and it's going to work with rectangular and round frames. So whenever you need to make any adjustments, you have the ability to do that. It's not just a fixed position, so you can just loosen that knob there and adjust it to fit your needs depending on how your windshield's set up. And then we'll get that tightened down, and then it has a ball and socket on the back to pivot this around to get us a better view. And you can see there's a little bit of movement in there. There's a little bit of play, so we're going to have some movement, but it's still going to give us a nice large mirror to allow us to see back there. This is going to be 11 by 4 inches. That is a really large mirror, so we've got really good view back there. Now, we're clearly in the shop, but we opened up the door and I can see a good portion of our parking lot back there. So not only am I going to see my tubers or my skiers, but I'm also going to see if there's any boats behind us as well. It's constructed of a black ABS plastic, so it's going to hold up against some minor impacts. It's also going to do a good job holding up against rust and corrosion. You know, some of those screws in there, over a while, if they were exposed, they may see some. But for the most part, this is going to do a good job holding up. I think that if you left your boat out in the sun, you know, you didn't have a covered dock, you may see some fading in that, but I think it's still going to do a good job of holding up for you. The overall design of this, I think, is nice. I like the size of it. And when it comes to putting this onto our windshield frame, it comes with a couple different pieces here. If you have a different style, we just had the one that came to allow it to go over this rectangular frame. If you need to swap them out, you can just pop those out and put these in. It's really easy to do, so if you want to move it around and take it off, it's pretty simple. So let's just walk you through how we put this one in place. To begin our installation, we need to figure out where we want to mount this. So I don't want to mount it right here directly above my steering wheel there, so I'm going to set mine over to the side a little bit to get a better view. And what we need to do is we need to take a 3/16 Allen key. Now this isn't included, and we're going to loosen this up right here, so we can get this clamp loosened up to fit around that frame up there. So we'll see if that'll do it. I think we're going to have to go a little bit wider. We may even have to take it all the way off because that's not the biggest bolt. So we'll take this off. I'll get this held in place. Can just get this put in place there and get that started. This is definitely doable with just one person, but if it's kind of awkward to hold this all up there at the same time, you can easily grab a friend to help you out. But we'll get that tightened up. And you don't need to tighten it down extremely tight because you don't want to damage anything, but you do want it to be snug. You don't want this moving around when you're out on the water. And when it comes to the type of the fitting that you have, we use the one that had the little groove in it just because it fit better around this frame there. But that's nice that it comes with a couple different ones to help better accommodate your boat. Got that pretty tight. You can see there's a little bit of movement in there, but I tested this out before and these just don't work out well for this one. So then we can just turn this knob here, loosen that up, get this set to wherever we need it to be, get it set, get that tightened down, and adjust this to get a better view behind our boat. Overall, I think that when it comes to boating, safety is really important, and this is just going to be one more thing to make sure that you have a good, safe time on the water so you can be looking forward and you don't have to be turning around and going back and forth the entire time while you're out. But that's going to do it for our look at the CIPA Comp 2 Boat Mirror.